IELTS Listening, Section 4. You will hear a lecturer giving a lecture about the intelligence of octopuses. First, you have some time to look at questions 31 to 40. Now we shall begin. You should answer the question as you listen, because you will not hear the recording a second time. Listen carefully and answer the questions.
Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we'll explore a creature that continues to puzzle marine biologists and animal behaviorists alike, the octopus. These 8-armed ocean dwellers are not only physically fascinating, but mentally exceptional. In fact, when it comes to animal intelligence, octopuses often stand apart from the crowd. Let's begin with one of the most famous traits associated with octopuses, their ability to escape. Stories abound of octopuses slipping out of aquarium tanks, squeezing through impossibly tight holes, and vanishing without a trace. This isn't just myth or exaggeration. Their skill in locating and navigating tiny exits has been documented repeatedly. It's not just flexibility, it's cognition. Unlike fish, which mostly rely on instinct, octopuses evaluate their surroundings before making their move. And what allows them to do this? Much of their cleverness stems from their unusually large brain, especially when compared to other invertebrates. While sea stars or jellyfish operate on primitive nerve nets, the octopus boasts a central nervous system that rivals many vertebrates in complexity. It's structured not just for survival, but for exploration, adaptation, and experimentation. Here's something even more intriguing. The majority of their neurons aren't in their head. Over 60% are distributed throughout their arms, giving them a kind of decentralized intelligence. Each arm can operate semi-independently, detecting textures and responding to stimuli without needing to check in with the brain. This ability makes their movements appear almost choreographed, as if they're thinking with their limbs. Now, when discussing animal cognition, tool usage is often a benchmark. While primates and birds like crows get most of the spotlight, some species of octopus have been observed using tools, coconut shells, discarded shells, and even broken glass, as shelter or protection. Though it may not resemble human tool use, it still reflects deliberate behavior. Another astonishing behavior is their instant transformation in appearance. Octopuses can change both the color and texture of their skin in a matter of seconds. While many animals use disguise to blend into the background, octopuses take camouflage to the next level. Not only do they match color tones, but they can imitate textures like pebbles, coral, or sand ripples. This helps them hunt and hide, often eluding even the most watchful predator or diver. To better understand their problem-solving capabilities, scientists have created a range of mental challenges. These puzzle experiments often involve tasks like opening jars to access food or navigating mazes. Surprisingly, octopuses perform well even with novel problems, a sign of higher reasoning rather than memorized behavior. However, one limitation researchers face is time. Octopuses tend to have relatively short lifespans, often living only 1 to 2 years depending on the species. This restricts long-term memory experiments or multi-generational learning studies that are common with animals like rats or pigeons. Yet even within this short span, they've demonstrated the ability to distinguish between individual humans, recognizing different faces, especially those that feed or handle them. This sort of social awareness is rare in solitary creatures, making it all the more fascinating. Physically, octopuses navigate the ocean with unmatched grace. They glide effortlessly through crevices and tight spaces, often likened to liquid silk. Their advanced sense of underwater navigation has allowed them to map out territories, recognize landmarks, and return to familiar locations with precision. Because of these mental and physical capabilities, scientists often compare octopuses to mammals, even though they belong to a completely separate evolutionary branch. Their intelligence appears to have developed independently, a concept known as convergent evolution, making their study even more valuable in understanding the nature of cognition itself. So, the next time you see an octopus, remember, you're not just looking at a sea creature. You're staring into the eyes of an ancient mind, one whose brilliance we are only beginning to understand.
That is the end of Section 4. You now have half a minute to check your answers. Please make sure you have transferred all your answers to the answer sheet correctly. The listening test is now over. You may now proceed to the reading section.